was saying before. Okay,
Say,
yeah. So I was taking a test um with at school. It was an oral test, so it was just me talking to the teacher. He asked me what flashing white means when we're flying, and I could not remember. I could not remember. We sat there for a long time and me trying to remember what flashing white. I could remember everything else. I told him everything else except for flashing white when flying. And then it was actually a trick question. The reason why I couldn't remember is because there is nothing. It's not applicable. So
yeah,
when I was studying, I decided not to even remember that because I was like, oh, there it's not applicable. I don't need to remember it. But you better watch out because I guess teachers or examiners, they like to trick you. So now I will always remember flashing white when flying, it doesn't mean anything. It's not for you. They're probably trying to signal somebody else. Okay.
yes.
Alternating red and green. What does that mean?
Exercise extreme caution.
Yeah, it probably means something's unsafe. Either there's airplanes near you that you need to be watching out for, or something you need to be really careful. Okay,
Yes.
next. VFR fuel requirements. Oh, this is a short one. You can just read it.
No person may begin flying the airplane under VFR condition unless, quote, considering wind and forecast weather conditions, there is enough fuel. There is enough fuel to fly to the first point of intending landing and assuming normal cruising speed. One during the day to fly after that for at least 30 minutes, or two at night to fly after that for at least 45 minutes. B. No person may begin flying the rotorcraft under VFR condition unless considering wind and forecast weather condition, there is enough fuel to fly to the first point of intended landing and assuming normal cruising speed to fly after that for at least 20 minutes.
Okay, so you're flying an airplane. You need to
Mhm.
have enough fuel to get there
Yeah,
and extra fuel to fly after that for at least 30 minutes. And then at night, 45 minutes. But I guess helicopters have it easier. They need to carry at least only
20
minutes of
minutes.
fuel. Yeah, 20 minutes after the first point of intended landing.
Hmm.
Okay. So, yep, easy rule. You have to memorize that. It's going to be on your written test and your oral test. Okay, next.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna have you read it because it's short.
Okay, a step while holding in a holding pattern of 2 minutes or less, or while turning. Each person operating an aircraft on the VFR in level cruising flight more than 3,000 feet above the surface should maintain the appropriate altitude or flight level prescribed below, unless otherwise authorized by ATC. A, when operating below 18,000 feet MSL, and one on a magnetic course of 0 degree through 179 degrees, any odd 1,000 foot MSL altitude plus five 500 feet, such as 3,500, 5,500, or 7,500, or on a magnetic course of 180 degree through 359 degree, any even 1,000 foot MSL altitude plus 5,000 feet, such as 45,000, 65,000, or 85,000. B. When operating above 18,000 feet MSL, maintain the altitude or flight level assigned by ATC.
Okay, so what does this mean? Notice here, I want to point out some things that this rule applies only if you're more than 3,000 feet above the surface.
Mhm.
So if you are higher than 3,000 feet above the surface, then you follow these rules. If you are lower than 3,000 feet above the surface, then it doesn't specify what direction or what altitude, or sorry. Yeah, if you're lower, it doesn't specify what direction you should fly. Okay.
Mhm.
So this happens when you're below 18,000 feet MSL. So if you are on a magnetic course of 0 through 179, by the way, what direction is 0 degrees to 179 degrees? Is that east, west?
Uh, it's west.
It's west. Is it west?
From zero degree to 179 degree. Magnetic course.
Well, let's look at a compass.
Yeah,
Compass.
I think it's west.
Let's look at a compass. Loading, loading, loading. My internet connection is unstable.
Easy, I can hear you again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, let's use this one. Okay. From 0 degrees to 179 is, what is this?
It's east.
It's east, yeah. From 0 degrees to 179 is east.
It's east.
Okay, let's look at,
Mhm.
let's go back. Okay, if you are flying east, you have to fly odd 1,000 foot. Odd means like odd numbers. For example, 3,000
Yeah.
is an odd number, 5,000 is an odd number, 7,000 odd number,
Seven.
plus 500 feet. So you have an odd number and then you add 500 feet. An odd number, 500 feet. So if you are planning your flight and you are going east, and then your instructor asks you, or the examiner asks you, you're going east, what altitude are you going to choose to fly? The only correct answers are odd numbers plus 500 feet. So you can choose 3,500,
35.
7,500.
Yes.
But if you are flying west, west is from 180 to 359 on our compass. So 180 to 359. So
350. Mhm.
this one is west. It's even numbers, even thousand. So 4 is even number, 6 even, 8 even, plus 500 feet. So 4,500, 6,000. So again, the same question. If the examiner or if I ask you, you're flying west, what altitude are you going to fly? What is your answer?
Uh, odd 1,000 plus 500 feet
Even
if you're
thousand
flying west.
west.
Oh, if you're flying west. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. But you
Yeah.
should give them an exact number because on your flight plan you're going to be writing what altitude, so you should actually give me a number. So what are you
Oh,
gonna,
okay.
yeah, what altitude are you going to choose?
Uh, 45,
Yeah,
4,500.
okay. Okay.
Mm.
And of course, the other things you want to think about when choosing an altitude is the terrain, like if there's any mountains or towers, so you want to see what the highest obstacle is, and then you could choose how high you want to be. And of course, you want to think about how long does it take for you to climb to that altitude. For example, you are flying west, and your flight is
Mm-hmm.
only 30 minutes long. Do you want to be flying to 6,500? Probably not. It takes a while to climb up there. Or you could, but you would spend most of your time climbing to get to 6,500. You only stay there for a couple of minutes, and then you would go back down. So it doesn't make sense for you to be flying that high when you could be flying at a lower altitude because it's not that far.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's lots of things to think about. And well, of course, you also think about how fast your specific airplane can climb. But yeah, as long as you stick to this
Mm.
rule, your examiner can't fail you. Okay, how about if you're not operating? How about if you're above 18,000 feet? What do you do?
You maintain or you listen to the ATC.
Yeah, the ATC will tell you what altitude you get to fly. Okay,
Okay.
let's see. Required aircraft documents. We only have 4 minutes. I think this will take a little bit longer actually, so I don't think we can go over it in 4 minutes. We'll do that next time. So next week we'll do this we'll do from here to here on Monday.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
on Thursday we're gonna go from here to here. We'll finish it. We'll finish this entire thing next week.
Okay. Thank you.
The week after is review about this entire list. Yeah. Yep.
Got it.
Okay, I will see you next week.
All right. Thank you, Casey.
You're welcome. Bye.